Hey y'all, come on in and grab your seat. We fixing to get a message for y'all. I hope everybody's made it through the eclipses okay. I know the energies are still ramped up, but it's getting better. Clearing that energy. I'm going to ask for a clear and accurate message. I ask that my spirit guides stand over me. Before I started the recording, I heard that somebody is waiting for someone to come save them. I'm going to tell you right now, we can only save ourselves. It's up to us to save ourselves. Somebody's feeling like they are always the ones that steady helping other people, but at the end of the day, you don't have nobody to help you. And if you're like that, that means that you're called to do greater work than what you realize. You know, Spirit don't... the hardest battles are given to the strongest warriors. Just always remember that. If you always battling and it's, you know, hard battles, just remember that the strongest warriors get the hardest battles. Alright, just, you know, just hold tight. You know, when you do your work like that, it will pay off. It will pay off. So somebody's been, you know, laying back, just laying back. Retreated back, doing your work, working on yourself, helping others. Just reflecting. I'm here reflecting on everything you've been through. I hear some people's in amazement of the stuff they've been through and that they're still standing. We got the Empress. Told you. You're laying back, you're gathering up that strength. You're gathering up your strength, because you're the Empress. You birth new things. You're trying to get your creativity going. You know, I'm hearing you didn't realize that you had as much creativity in you as you thought you did. But through all the things you've been through, you realize how creative you are, and that you're destined to do great things. And that's going to lead to abundance. That's going to lead to that stability that you're looking for. You know, if you've had hard lessons, then there's probably not been a lot of stability there. It's probably been hit and miss, nothing stable. But that's changing. That's changing. Because somebody I'm talking to has become the Empress through hard work of your own. And through work that you've done for others. You know, when I talk about work, sometimes it's just as simple as listening to somebody. Having a 2-minute conversation with somebody. We never know what people's going through. Like within ourselves. Others don't know what we're going through. Only we know what we're truly going through. So, this is somebody I'm talking to that realizes this. The importance of helping yourself. You have to help yourself before you can help others. And so you're getting all your stuff in order. You've put it in place. You've worked on your trauma, and realize that you're greater. You're greater. You have greater calling. The moon, because you've looked deep down. You've looked deep down in yourself, You look and realize that, what we have in our conscious mind and what we have in our subconscious is two different things. You have to get those working together. You catch yourself being negative, correct that. Get out of that mindset. Know that our emotions come out of our feelings, our ego, and all that runs us in that subconscious. And you have to always be on, you have to be careful that you don't let that subconscious overrun your conscious thoughts. Sometimes we can feel negative, and it's okay to have those thoughts, but don't stay in them. You have to come out of those thoughts. This is Queen of Wands. This can be male or female. Somebody's charismatic. Somebody knows that they have what it takes to influence people. And if you are a great influencer, then you have to be, really cautious. Because what you put out influences a lot of people. Either way, negative or positive. So you have to be careful when you're charismatic. How you're leading. You have to lead people on the right path. Alright. I'm going to get some of these. Somebody's on the road to being a teacher. A spiritual teacher. You're getting your shit in order. Take accountability. You have to take accountability for what you've done. Make amends with it with yourself. If you've done bad things, that don't mean you're a bad person. If we don't constantly grow and learn, then and growth is painful. Growth is very painful. But when you can learn to take accountability for your own actions, that's one of the biggest steps you could ever do. What did I tell y'all? Somebody's balancing. Somebody's balanced. They've learned these things. You get what you put out. So that's why I say keep those thoughts in check. Thoughts create reality. It's hard to do sometimes, especially if you got a lot of stuff going on, to keep that positive balance in there. That old moon will come through. But the moon illuminates too what we don't, the parts we don't want to look at. Who were you talking to? Be careful that you're not letting people be in your life that is influencing you in negative ways. Don't let people treat you any kind of way. Don't allow that. If you have somebody in your life that's trying to dish you or talk down on you, cut them out of your life. I know a lot of times it's easier said than done, but once you start doing it, you'll find it's real easy. Because at the end of the day, you only have yourself. Don't matter if somebody's laying beside you or not. At the end of the day, it's only you and your thoughts. And you. You're the one that pulled you through that day. Nobody else. You. So don't let people talk to you any kind of way. Said it's better to beg forgiveness than ask permission. That's right. Don't wait around. Take charge. Don't let others take charge of your life. Again, at the end of the day, it's only you. Waking up, questioning your life. That's not bad. You're supposed to do that. You should be questioning your life. Am I living the life that I want? Am I doing the things I want? Always question that. Always question, are you living in the best way you can in a spiritual way? Are you walking the walk? Are you talking the talk of the positive, of trying to get to where you need to be? It's a constant work in progress. Don't give up the fight. That you'll find the better you try to do, the more that people will try to bring you down. These people that's walking around with darkness, they do not like people with light in them. Because the one thing about that is they can never attain that light. Because if they could, they would. But they can't. So they will sure try to dim yours. So I think this whole reading right here is based on somebody needs to really take a look at who they have in their life that's influencing their life. Look for a yellow feather. You see that yellow feather? It could be in real life, could be a picture. Just know you have hope and joy. I find that a lot of people has lost their joy these days. And you have to seek it. You have to seek what your joy, because as you change in life, so does the things that you once gave you joy. They no longer serve you. So it's a constant battle to find your hope and joy. But when you see this yellow feather, just know that it's there. It's there. Deep love. And to walk in a spiritual way, you have to have deep love. You have to know how to love on a deep level. And that means taking and going down in that subconscious and correcting that. Don't love superficially. Because as you advance on, and if you're doing spiritual work, people read you like you can read people. And they know when you're false and when you're not. Always walk in the truth, no matter what. The truth it can be a hurtful thing, but that's the only way off this planet, is through the truth. And that's the truth that comes through us. 5 days. So somebody could be waiting on something to come through. You could have asked for something. You could be, I'm here in a new career. So if you're waiting on something like that, look, 5 days, you should be getting your answer. Conviction. If we don't get convicted over our actions, if we're not walking right, then something's wrong. When you see somebody that's constantly doing wrong things and they never seem to care that they do this, cut them out. But when you get convicted over something, that's when you need to start taking accountability. There's an issue there when we start having conviction within ourselves. And if we don't look at that and figure out what we're being convicted over, then we can't walk in our truth. Idealizing the past. Somebody's looking at the past and they're thinking, if I could just go back to that day or that time, because when you walk the spiritual path, it's not easy. It's hard. It brings things to light that we don't like to face. So sometimes we think, if we could just go back there, it would be so much easier before we knew better. But once you learn how you're not supposed to act, if you don't do right after that, then you're just going to get hammered twice as bad, 10 times as bad. So make sure that every step you make, every word you say is positive. Because you influence. That's the biggest thing. People's always watching and paying attention. And some people are actually learning from you. Whether you believe it or not, somebody Somebody's holding you up, whether you holding yourself up or not. So make sure that you're being, the person that other people want to be like. So look for a gray feather. That's peace and tranquility. Fulfillment, completion. Somebody's coming up on completing a cycle. And this is going to lead to that creativity, that Empress energy. You're going to birth them new things. You're going to bring about great things. So make sure that while you're retreating, just do that inventory. Look at every we got to look at our emotions, our actions, our thoughts, everything. Even our material world. Make sure that your material things are nice, but they won't get us where we need to be. So just make sure that you're balancing out all areas of your life. And you'll fulfill this that you need to, and you'll be able to walk the walk and help others. Alright, that's what I got. I hope it helps somebody. Just know that all that you're doing is for good reasons. But make sure that you're doing it for the best reasons. Alright, y'all have a good one.